But I know for me, what it seems like the vision has been, or should have been, is historic downtown. This is on all the billboards, it's on everything from the city. It's historic downtown. So I have some questions. Not really questions, but for instance, if this is the agenda, if this is the vision, then why don't we have historic Christmas decorations? Why don't we replant the trees the city has decided to cut down over time? At the Centennial in Newberry, the city decided to plant trees, hardwoods, oaks, straight down Main Street, so that the next generation would be able to see those trees driving in and be caught with this amazing sight of trees. Well, over time, and I know no one here is probably responsible for this, but because of lack of vision, those trees were all cut down. There's only 2 left. I think they're from Swain Evans. But other things. There's and I know a lot of this is just untimely, and that's what came to me. Thinking about the cities dealing with the Matthews House as an example of how, even on the one hand, we get words about being historic, and on the other hand, we end up with actions that lead to the destruction of a historic landmark right here. The Architectural Review Board, like I said before, is not a historical example. The schedule of events isn't historic. We're not Walmart. I don't see why we're doing a Christmas lighting ceremony in November. But you can sit down. Is that? Yeah, I think so. For instance, with the Architectural Review Board, there are things that they haven't been able to do. When the whole Lesio fiasco went down, we lost the awning on the old hotel. Now we have the circus tent, or the front of Nick Davenport's thing. It's not historic. You know, if that's something that you care about as a vision, we need to put money into it. We need to find a way to make that happen so that people can come here and see what it was like. The signage rules aren't historic. The curfew's not historic. Is there plans for Santa Claus to be down on the square, you know, like it used to be? And then the outsourcing thing, we talked about that. And there are a lot of decaying buildings and abandoned buildings that somehow the Architectural Review Board, despite what they do, are still just rotting. If you walk downtown, you'll see a lot of empty buildings that are just rotting. They don't solve that problem because as long as they don't do anything with it, they don't have to fix it up the way they're supposed to. So anyway, so where we are, the word of downtown revival doesn't match a quick reality check and a walk down Main Street. Walk downtown and count the retail stores, finance companies, the empty buildings. The businesses that do thrive here are marketing to the world via the internet, not in some useful way to the people who live here. This is a terrible example, but yesterday, for instance, our event coordinator came in my shop to tell me how good the Palms was doing, and that we were opening up 3 new businesses downtown. Well, I don't care about the Palms. The Palms isn't downtown Newberry, and if they have record sales, I would owe that more to the industrial park and Walmart than I would to anything the city's doing downtown. All right, the 3 businesses that are opening up, I was thinking to myself, oh, that's great. We've got 3 replacements for the businesses that are closing up. It's just an equilibrium, and they're coming here to die. But anyway, the number of businesses that have closed in the last 10 years far outweigh the ones that are here now. 3 more businesses on a time bomb to die here, right? Like Red Door Antiques or Cole's Antiques, Phantom of the Opera, Creative Design, Jezebel's, Bergen's, Michael's Barbershop, S&J Books, Lucy and Earl's, Palmer Signs and Graphics, Speedy B, Filling Station, Pops, Firehorse Deli, Frame of Mind, Michael's Photography, Lisa's Automotive, The Locksmith, Nickel Studio, The Shoe Bar, Impact PC, Artisanos, the list goes on. If someone asked me personally whether I should open up a business downtown, I would not recommend it. Too much financial and emotional loss, and that saddens me. I love this town, I love the people here. I love that we have the Opera House here and the international acts playing here, but that alone does not create a revival. The Opera House is supported through taxation. It is not at risk of closing because it's supported in a unique way by the people of this county through the city. I love the Opera House, and they are a class act. Alone, it does not create a revival. The proof of a revival would come if the businesses who do come here grew and flourished. This has not happened due to a lack of consistent vision. We need a return to the motto of town of friendly folk. We need a vision to build it so they will come. I am begging you to make a difference and consider those you serve, to create an agenda that we can all get on board for. But to be honest, the status quo will not do. I find it hard to communicate with the current event coordinator in any useful way due to the emotional baggage the city has created in his interactions with my business.
Okay, Mr. Sumner, you have made your point well. I'm gonna ask you to wrap up in the interest of time.
This
if you
is
don't
the
mind.
last paragraph.
Very good.
We need to start over and consider how historic downtown Newberry could be just that and stand on its own historical merits as a tourist draw. This requires a useful communication between the businesses downtown and city, which is currently not happening. The closing of the Blue Moon is a marker, a landmark of things to come. At some point, it doesn't make sense to raise taxes on the few to get the same revenue, to raise utilities and fund projects that don't benefit the growth of the city. At some point, there will be City Hall and the Opera House in a vast wasteland of empty buildings. This is the direction I see, and if you don't change your direction, you might end up where you're headed. Thank you for listening to my individual concerns, and I hope you create an avenue for us to work together towards a common goal.
Very good. Kathy Kaiser and Ms. Kaiser, keep your comments to 3 minutes. That's just what we do, folks. We're not calling it.
Just 3? I just want to say Munson and Nisi and Potts are awesome, and they really depict what we're trying to say about what's going on downtown. I just want to take 3 minutes and talk about something that I think would be very helpful. Last weekend, we had Mama's Food Dress come out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they were amazing. We had our own Cody Lester. Where I'm going to is signage. There is that piece on Main Street that is so visible to everybody. What's going to happen? Is it going to be something for the Opera House? Is it going to be something for the city? Is it going to be, some kind of money-raising event? Let's take that spot. It takes $300 to put out a banner to be on that spot. That is prime real estate. And why can't we all use it?